So it's I
Yeah,
think a
yeah.
good draw would have been.
You always want to
Boki,
knock.
Boki, what do you think about the game, man? Bring in some common sense over here. Show that Newcastle-born people had some common sense.
I won't cross over areas that have already been done, but I do think with Arsenal, what we've got to remember is that they are second in the league. I think
Yeah.
we've maybe forgot a little bit that they're a really good team, and they
Well,
have got
people
good
before that
players.
were saying that they were rubbish now. So which
They're
one is
not
it?
a rubbish. I mean, you
Okay,
don't get the second in the league by being rubbish.
I
We
agree with
don't
you.
get third in the league by being rubbish. We're not a rubbish team. But I think if there was any game against Arsenal this season that we wanted to lose, potentially it was this one, especially with the cup game results and things.
Yes.
And then you move on. The only thing I would criticise in the game is again, and it's an ongoing issue. It's Eddie's in Graham management of players. Sort of, he set up with the right team at the start of the match. I don't think any fan would particularly disagree with that. But then you go into his in-game management and the substitutions that he makes, and I think there's a lot of questions to be asked around those. I don't know if the rest of the panel agree, but I sort of think he doesn't make the right decisions in game.
Sometimes I feel well the whole season you could say that that's happened. I think his career, but as it develops, he should become better. But that's up for the. But I don't think anybody will disagree with you. That's happened. That's crossed to their minds.
Mixed bag.
Can you ever make think of a decision that he's made in game that's won the game for?
But yeah, I mean, you're spot on. I mean, I think there's one that I can't remember, but I think there's one time I just can't remember.
Taking long stuff off a few times.
There is one.
Well, yeah, but that I mean, come on, man. It's like you're telling me.
Down at West Ham. And
come on, man.
Barnes scored 2 and we won 4.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Last season.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna give you the one taking out long stuff, man. Come on, man. That's like
that was the 4-3 game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you've also got to think
that was moved the twat game.
You've got to think of the players that he's got to choose from on the bench.
That's it.
You've got a drop off of performance level from the players he's trying to change the game with. So how are you blaming Eddie Howe for that?
Well,
it's impossible to blame Eddie Howe when you haven't got the ability on the bench.
So,
even
the decisions he does make when he does pick players off the bench, he doesn't pick the right players for the same position, sort of thing at times.
I think what you saw on Sunday there was a gamble leaving Gordon on the field. I thought Gordon was potentially one of our worst individual performers, especially the second half. I thought he looked tired, he looked jaded, and there was a ball where he gave up, and Tino actually, who ran twice as many yards as Gordon, actually kept the ball in from going out for a goal kick. So you can needle pick individual performances. You can needle pick a unit. What the only criticism I have of Eddie Howe, when I said it when we were doing the live watch along, he reacted too soon to going behind. He shouldn't have reacted by bringing on loads of players, keeping on the worst performer on the field, only because he's got pace through the middle. And there's not a fan, I don't think, that have watched Newcastle this season that can tell me that Anthony Gordon through the middle. I've seen him perform once through the middle, and that was against Man City. I haven't seen anything else.
But Gary, that's what I think. That's what Boki comes from, because Marcelo Gallardo, when you don't know him, but you Google him, a very successful manager in South America. She managed in Qatar, I think, or in the Middle East somewhere, and he managed Benzema wherever he went to. And one of the things he said is, I leave my heart and feelings in my nightstand when I go to work, when I go to train, when I go to the match. And I think that's one of the things that Eddie Howe struggles with, because he has empathy for Gordon, he has empathy for Wilson, he had empathy for Longstaff, and that's what he struggles with. Because if I'm asking, let me ask you, or all of you guys. If 9 times out of 10, Wilson doesn't work in the middle, because actually we play good with Isak, and Isak is not the same as Wilson. The team is already accustomed to Isak. Which of the players that we got, Osula or Wilson, are closer to Isak